Why does it always come down to sex with you?
Because the show is fucking called Sex Talk with My Mom. What the fuck? What else are we going to talk about in the here? Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
strap on,
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter, his mother. I call him the smooth criminal.
She's calling me the smooth criminal. You know, this is your fucking idea.
I didn't tell you to wear sunglasses.
We
are what are you, Robert De Niro?
First of all, I now have contacts, so I can see in the dark, which means I can wear sunglasses and I still can see.
You're not supposed to wear sunglasses indoors.
Well, I've seen a lot of podcasters wearing sunglasses these days. And
you want me to put my podcaster sunglasses on?
Oh, so now you're switching teams. You're on the sunglass team.
I may be.
I got these glasses from a flea market that I went to this weekend, where my friend was selling his basically the items he was about to bring to Goodwill. And these shades came from a wedding that he was at.
They're
very dirty. But this was your idea. It was
my idea for you to wear sunglasses indoors. That should have been going to Goodwill, and I'm thinking you made a mistake.
This was your idea. You said, you know what? We got to advertise the fact that we have Sneaky Freak merch.
We do, and I'm wearing my low cut.
No, it's not low cut. You're just pulling your shirt down to show off your titties. What do you mean low cut? It's not low cut at all.
I'm wearing my V-neck.
It's a V-neck. That's not low cut.
It's a burgundy with some orange writing. I have to say, it looks very shapely. I suggest you guys go out and get yourself a Sneaky Freak shirt.
So then my mom texted me this morning, said you should wear your Sneaky Freak shirt, but all my shit is in storage. I don't have my Sneaky Freak shirt.
Oh, that's why you didn't have it. So I had to give you one of mine.
So I said, you have an extra one. And you said, oh, yeah, I got a medium. And I put it on, and I didn't realize that we are actually advertising both, I guess it's male and female shirts.
Right, but you are wearing the female shirt.
This is definitely the one that fits the female body. Because it is extremely snug. Usually I'm a perfect medium. And right now I feel like I'm bursting at the seams.
Now you know what it's like to wear a bra.
I feel very held right now.
I hate it.
What do you mean? You hate feeling tight?
Yes, I don't like that.
Okay.
But I have learned to live with it over the course of the 60 some odd years that I've alive.
This is all to say, if you're a sneaky freak and you want to rep that sneaky freak side of you, we got some fun merch at sextalkwithmymom.com. Check out that banner. It says
peep our merch.
Yeah. What is it? It's
a banner.
Is it called a banner?
Yeah.
It's a little bar at the top. Just peep that merch. Get yourself some sneaky freak merch.
Peep it, you peeps.
All right.
Now, the reason I did that is because someone contacted me on Facebook and said, where did I get a sneaky freak t-shirt? And then by the time I remembered to get back to this person, I completely forgot what social media platform that they were on, and I couldn't get on my Facebook anymore, and it's a shit show. So just go to sextalkwithmymom.com.
And check out that merch. Should we go into the first segment of our show, Mother?
Yes. Would you like to tell everyone what the sneaky freak question of the week is?
The sneaky freak question of the week. A drum roll, please. What will you never try again with sex? And I will say this is coming directly from one of our incredible sponsors, Amorous. Amorous.net/mom. You can get all these phenomenal questions and more, and it will improve your sexting dramatically. So what will you never try again with sex, Mother?
Why don't you tell me first?
I started thinking through it. I would try most things. Pretty much any type of sex, even the stuff that's not so comfortable, I would do. You know, sex is great. Usually,
sex is great.
Usually, yeah.
Usually,
yeah. Pretty much all the time. So
there's nothing you wouldn't try again.
There are certain positions. I'm trying to think back to the last time I had sex, which is about, I feel like 15, 20 years ago. I think there are certain. Oh, you know what? Yeah, what was that? There's a certain position that I can get in where my balls are like kind of not well positioned.
What do you mean not well positioned? They're smushed?
I prefer to be upright when fucking or on top while fucking. Sometimes when I'm on my back, it can actually it get a little treacherous. My balls start going inside of me. My fucking dick might break off in there.
Hold
There's
that
a lot
thought.
of shit going on.
Wait for mom's news on that one. But
a little teaser,
little teaser.
prelude to the mom's news. Anyway, but truly,
I did
any
read
position,
somewhere.
I would be on my back. I don't care if that's would be required.
No, I did. I remember hearing somebody talk about this. I don't know where I heard this, but they actually broke their dick because they got in a weird position. Like,
Oh, really?
huh. Not to scare you for future episodes, but
Yeah, I think maybe if I were to say if there's anything I would never try again with sex is probably stuff where I wasn't very upfront about talking about STIs or pregnancies and beforehand, and then I just jump into it, and then I end up perseverating about this for the next 6 to 7 months or something.
and then you're worried that they're pregnant or something happened. Like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So never again with just the fucking going
Never
blinded.
again.
Yeah, never again. When I was in college, I was going in blind, willy-nilly, didn't care, not a care in the world.
And
Well, hopefully everything worked out well.
until you get that phone call,
Yeah.
or that little child at your door, and
What will you never try again with sex, Mom?
I had a bunch of things.
Mhm.
I started really,
You really
giving a list in my head, and I'm like, where do we begin?
What did you
So
have?
this is in no particular order.
Okay.
I would just come right out and say anal.
No anal.
You know why?
Why?
And it wasn't because I didn't enjoy it. The few times I actually liked it, but I'm at an age right now where things should not be going in; it should be coming out. And I'm just very, very concerned that I'm going to end up with a fissure or a hemorrhoid or farting like there's no tomorrow. It's just not worth it.
Yep. Elder statesman Tom, he feels you on this one. You want me to share what he said?
Yeah, please.
He said, "Can't think of a sex act I wouldn't try again. Still have some I want to try, but there are some I wouldn't try again with my wife because they ain't her cup of tea. For example, anal."
So
Very
his wife is
respectful,
probably
Tom.
a little bit older than me, but in the same generation.
He's not a fan of that.
Well, it's not that I'm not a fan as much as I just don't want the repercussions.
Yeah. It's fair.
I think it's exit only from now on.
What?
Not that I don't like a little finger play.
Okay. We're gonna get to that in my life updates.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. We'll talk about some finger play.
But I did decide that I would never put myself at risk like I did when I was single. Like just go to random people's hotel rooms and things like that, or
You're stealing mine right now.
What?
You're stealing mine.
What do you mean I'm stealing yours?
That's exactly what I said.
No, you did not.
I said taking risks. Yeah.
You didn't say randomly in hotel rooms.
Not randomly hotel rooms, but I said, not having the STI conversation, not having the pregnancy talk. You're stealing mine.
All right. How about this? Not on a cruise ship with someone I don't know. How about that one? Is that stealing from you?
No, I would
All right.
still do that.
You would still do it on a cruise ship.
Yeah, I
but
would
not,
do it. With someone I didn't know on a cruise ship? Oh, yeah. If we had the STI talk and the pregnancy talk, I still would do it.
Okay. Well,
Absolutely.
So it's nothing to do with mine.
No.
Mine has to do with bad experiences that I had.
With just the selection of people.
With the selection of people, in particular, this one piece of shit.
Okay.
There was a couple that once I had to take 3 showers after being with this one guy. 3 showers in a row.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. That's not good.
Now, if you have to take 3 showers, you feel nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one is a stunk. Sees me the next day, barely says hello. I don't
fuck her.
Yeah, motherfucker. I've talked about this in the podcast before. You're just going to get repeats if you guys have been loyal listeners.
So why don't we spare them and read what the sneaky freaks?
Well, I still feel they're relevant.
They
Don't go on a cruise ship on the first day and have sex with some rando and then expect to see them the next day. And
I think my nipples are chafing right now because of this shirt.
Welcome
Actually,
to my
this shirt
world.
is very soft for those. Yeah, but it is. They're extremely tight on me right now.
It's my shirt. It's not supposed to fit you with your massive muscles.
What?
I want to describe it for those of you who aren't
we don't
on
need this.
For those of you who are not on YouTube, it's blue and it's got like orange and yellow writing. It says Sneaky Freaks.
And your nipples flare out of it.
But I would suggest that you go up a size.
Okay, so let's read some of these responses. By the way, if you want to participate in this question of the week, we'd love to have you. 310-356-3920. That number is in each of our episodes' descriptions. Just give us a text. You're going to get a wonderful little comment every week. Just one little question a week.
You don't have to participate,
You
but
don't have to participate.
You'll get the inside scoop as to what the question of the week is before you hear the podcast, which is also fun.
It might inspire some conversation between you and someone you want to get freaky with. How about that?
And preferably not some rando on a cruise ship.
That's right. Spanky Spanks responded to us. Spanky Spanks said, once upon a time, a nice lady was giving me a BJ with an ice cube. Everything was going great until she thought it would be a good idea to shove it up my bum. I don't know. You laughed at that second, so let me just repeat that. She thought it would be a good idea to shove it up my bum. Then it was a goner. I leaked cold water out my bum for the rest of the session. No thank you. Never again.
Now, have you ever done a little ice play?
I've never done ice play.
Have
you done ice play?
Yeah, it's
ice
fun.
play? Is that you making up that term?
Yes.
I've never heard of ice play.
I made that up.
You made up ice play?
Yes.
What are you doing with ice?
You stick it in your mouth, and when you're giving a blowjob,
You're putting on the dick?
yeah, I guess it could work against you. It could.
You can make the dick go down.
Yeah, maybe make a little frostbite.
Yeah, it actually doesn't make so much sense because you'd think the water, the cold will actually, shrink things, condense those blood cells, the blood vessels.
Would you be willing to try it if you had the right partner?
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Absolutely. Sorry to hear that they went up the bum. Never thought about what would happen if it goes up the bum.
Spanky Spanks. I guess it's one time. No harm, no foul, though.
Can you imagine you're walking through the rest of the experience and you just have a ice cold dripping out your ass?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Sounds horrible.
I said, that's the problem with the anal idea. Brianna says drunk sex.
Drunk sex. Would you do drunk sex again?
Of course.
I think I would too, honestly.
Who wouldn't do drunk sex?
I mean, Brianna, it's not happening for her anymore. I can see though. I much prefer sober sex to drunk sex. What about you?
I prefer drunk and high sex. I prefer quaalude sex. I prefer being in an altered state of mind at all times for sex.
Why? You don't get any of the presents?
I don't need to be present. I'm present. I've been present all my life.
Oh my God, you're nuts. All right.
It just makes, especially if you've got a good high going, it just makes it more incredible.
I think of all of the disparity between us, like where we diverge in our opinions, this might be the most crucial part.
What is it?
Where I want to be as present and sober as possible to experience every sensation available to me. And you are like, how do I get out of my mind and heighten this experience with drugs? Is that accurate?
No, it's not accurate.
Yeah.
So if I'm stoned, it makes everything more intense, whether it be food. It's not getting you away from the situation. It's adding, it heightens everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be true.
Yeah. And now you're switching up on me, aren't you?
It might be true. I don't know.
Especially if you get like a good indica, which is like,
I don't know, because
body high.
I would say, I don't even know if I want to. So for clown shows, I will never go fucked up.
Well, that's a different story.
Why is that?
Because you got to be thinking.
Why don't you be thinking?
I'm
taking it in.
Oh, you mean watching a clown show?
Yeah, watching a clown show.
Well, okay.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Well, I'm actually looking at W because I can't see because I'm wearing my close-up glasses. So I'm
fucking God.
I can barely make out your head.
Okay. Jorge says, I will never try to be someone I'm not. Denying myself being pansexual, poly, kink, and a weirdo was the biggest mistake of my life, which took me down a road of shame and guilt and trauma and people-pleasing.
Wow, Jorge, I'm so glad you better late than never.
You fucking figured out who you are and don't let anyone make you feel like you shouldn't be that person.
That's
Fuck
right.
yeah, Jorge.
Especially if it's your son.
That's some fucking what do you call it? Motivating shit? That's some motivating shit right there.
It's a self-awareness.
Self-awareness?
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Colette says, having sex with someone who does not care about my pleasure. What a waste of time.
I agree. That's where I'm going with Colette. That's the cruise ship sex.
That's the cruise ship sex. But how do you figure out if someone is going to give a shit about your pleasure?
You don't have one-night stands.
Is that your solution?
Yes.
Our mutual doctor said the same thing to me.
Really?
Well, he didn't say, he just said really know who the person is you're having sex with. But I didn't know that you're kind of anti one-night stands.
I just told you what I wouldn't do again is have sex on a cruise ship with a one-night stand or sex in a hotel room and end up, being locked out of the room.
Would you recommend one-night stands to me?
Yes, of course. Take it anywhere you can get it.
Okay.
We're in a different situation. I can be choosy right now because I have a partner.
And I'm desperate as fuck.
You haven't had sex in 5 years. It's time.
I have been thinking to myself, you make it sound like I haven't had sex in 5 years. I've been very intimate with people on a monthly basis, maybe bi-monthly basis, but it tends not to be intercourse because for these reasons.
Right.
I like to know the person. Anyway.
And the way our country is today, you got to be very, very choosy and careful because you don't know who you're going to end up being co-parents with.
Oh, God. All right. Jay says, never again using whipped cream on the vag.
Oh, been there, done that.
It's just not worth it. Did you have a good experience with it?
It's messy and fun.
You like it? It's messy and fun?
I wouldn't do it again, though, because it gets all sticky.
Mom, you're giving a lot of mixed messages over here.
I mean, I like to try everything once.
Okay, so Jay goes on to say the mess, old milk smell in the sheets, towels, and pillows the next day.
Wait, stop.
What?
Jay, why can't you just wash the sheets? Change the sheets. Not that I
immediately?
did. Yeah.
Well, you can get a sex blanket very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Worse, why risk a happy, healthy vulva?
That's right.
Sugar ups the risk of UTI, yeast infections, and bacterial vaginosis, aka BV. Does this mean I eat pussy kosher?
Okay, let's start.
Let's stop right there.
Why can't you get sugar-free whipped cream?
This is your solution?
Well,
you can't imagine the sugar-free whipped cream is be good.
I don't even know if they make it.
All sorts of weird shit in there.
Okay, so
I agree with Jay. You got to be very careful when you put on those little bits.
Yeah, but also, what was the end comment here? Does that mean I eat pussy kosher?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that there's something
not
related,
kosher
not kosher about sugar.
Eating milk with meat.
Oh
my God! Is that what he meant?
I think so.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Like that, JC. You stumped both me and Cam.
Yeah, it's good. Jay is like JC is kind of, I don't know if he's like a sex educator or something, but he's always coming in with some knowledge, dropping knowledge on us.
All our freaks are knowledgeable. They're great.
Some of them are just hitting on you. Adam says, I will never again incorporate food into our sexy time. I hate feeling sticky, plus more risk for UTI and BV. No, thank you.
He and Jay are right on the money there.
Maybe Jay and Adam should have a little anti-food
anti-whipped cream on the veg. What is it? Kylie. I once called my boyfriend Sergeant thinking it would be sexy in the moment. He looked me dead in the eye and said no in the straightest voice. I was so mortified.
And then she goes on to say that he is actually a sergeant. So that's why she came up with that. You know what? You try something once, see how it goes, and you pivot from there. You learn and you make mistakes and you pivot. That's what we're doing here.
Experiment, learn, and pivot.
That's it. Casey says, doggy style in the gondola after a full day of backcountry skiing. The conditions were far from fresh. Would totally do it in a gondola again, though.
Oh.
You dirty dog, Casey.
Yeah, I don't know how that can happen.
I would fuck in a gondola. Would you fuck in one of those gondolas? Do you know what a gondola is?
What the cock? What
the cock? Is that what you about to say?
Who said what the cock? I didn't say what the cock. I just like, what the heck?
What
the fuck?
Do you know what a gondola is?
What am I, a complete nitwit?
Not the gondola in the fucking like the
Wait, why
in Venice.
Why is our producer laughing over here? What do you mean?
It's not a gondola like the Venice ones.
What kind of gondola is it?
They call the gondolas at like ski lodges and shit like that.
Oh,
those enclosed fucking.
That's called a gondola?
Yeah, when they're enclosed and you can kind of stand in there.
Oh, that would be fun, especially the exhibitionist side of me can come out there.
You're over the treetops. So yeah, you are a nitwit, mother.
I guess I am. Why are you laughing, Joseph?
Yeah, and so she said after a day of skiing, she's getting all freaky.
Oh, I forgot those. Aren't they called cable cars?
No,
no, that's something else.
No, they're just chairlifts.
San Francisco chairlifts. That's what they're called. Well, no, not the ones that are enclosed. They're not called chairlifts.
Those are called gondolas.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Casey says doggy style. Oh, we already read that. Sorry about that. So you know how normally when you want to sext, you have to put in your regular text where all the other messages are, like what are you going to have for dinner, and
anyone could see those texts, by the way.
Right.
I can fucking see that shit if it comes up on your goddamn phone.
Well, we've got the answer for you right now, and it's called Amorous.
Amorous is an app that gives you the ability to play games like Chat Sparks, which will give you a prompt which will give you a sexy prompt that you and your partner can try out.
I could give you an example of the one we've been doing. It said, "What's your sexy theme song?"
Ooh, what is your sexy theme song?
It's between me and my D's on Amorous.
Oh, look at that. You can also play a game called Fantasy Swipe. This is where you can swipe on certain fantasies and see if you connect with your partner in the same way.
Right. I saw one that had handcuffs.
Yep. There's one called Treasure Hunt, Zip Up Together, where you're in a sleeping bag together, or a dance lesson, maybe fucking in a dance lesson. Who knows? There's also jigsaw puzzles where you can send a sexy picture to your partner and they have to solve a jigsaw puzzle to unveil it.
And you don't have to worry about screenshots because they give you an alert when you screenshot.
We're huge fans of Amorous. It's an awesome way to connect with your partner and spark some excitement into your sex life.
That's right.
It's a perfect private one-to-one app to flirt and discover your relationship while in total control of what you share. Amorous, Amorous, is free for Apple devices and with Android launching later this year. Download it in the App Store, install the app, and invite your flame to connect and play. Check it out at amorous.net/mom in the App Store or in the episode's description. That's amorous.net/mom.
Sneaky freaks, I want to tell you about something that I am in love with, and that is the Athena Club razor.
The Athena Club razor.
I was gifted this as a trial, and I got to tell you something. I'm hooked. It's like putting all the other razors to shame.
Yeah, you were raving about it when you got in the car today.
I love the shaving cream that comes with it. The razor blade is surrounded by a water-activated serum with shea butter and hyaluronic acid, which is like the holy grail for skincare.
And the best part is the razor kit is only $10 and comes with 2 blade heads, a magnetic hook for shower storage, and your choice of handle color. Mom, what did you like about shaving with the Athena Club razor?
I mean, for my armpits and other areas, it gave me the smoothest finish. I never knew how important a blade is until I tried this.
Athena Club's razors has thousands of 5-star reviews from customers and is designed with built-in skin guards to help prevent razor burn while being gentle on curves.
That's what I was telling you about. I have no razor burn, which is what I always hate.
And with Athena Club, you never have to think about blade refills because you choose how often you want your replacement blades shipped to you for free, and you'll never be stuck with an overused blade longer than it should be used for. Show your skin you care with the Athena Club Razor Kit. Head to athenaclub.com and use code MOM for 25% off your first order. Again, that's athenaclub.com and use code MOM for 25% off. Athena Club has also launched in Target stores nationwide, so make sure to check out the shaving aisle to buy their products in-store in real life.
Read what Ava says.
Something in regards to sex I will never do again is engage in a kink or fetish with someone who wasn't already into the kink in question before we met.
Stop right here.
Yeah.
I understand what she's saying.
What do you mean?
You don't want to go experimenting. If people are not already in the lifestyle,
You don't want to have to be the
you
teacher.
don't want to be the teacher, unless, of course, you're in a relationship and you just decide to experiment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sounds like she was saying,
She goes on to say, I'm extremely kinky and don't enjoy vanilla sex at all. I explain that to any
Oh.
potential partners so they know what they're getting into. Unfortunately, what that tends to lead to is people overrepresenting their interest in a kink or fetish in an effort to make it work with me.
wow.
I would do something like that. But all that leads to is unfulfilling sex and me teaching a lot more than I intended to. I also don't enjoy the feeling of someone doing something only because they know I like it.
Ah.
Now I always ask them what their kinks are before disclosing mine.
Wow.
That's a move. That's some knowledge.
That is some knowledge. Wow.
Yeah. But what's interesting is like, how does anyone learn then if they have, about new kinks?
Well, it sounds like this is like a new relationship too. It doesn't
Yeah,
sound
maybe-
like,
So it's better to explore those kinks maybe at a party, maybe like we go to one of these, kink
no,
parties.
she's saying, well,
Yeah,
unless
one-on-one.
you need to know who you're dealing with ahead of time if you're going to explore your kinks.
Ava, I'm curious where you'd recommend people to learn about how they fit into kinks or fetish life,
Right.
if they want to learn about new kinks and fetish.
Go to Kink Life.
Listen to this one. Cassie says, once we tried a storyline of my husband taking me. He popped out from behind a corner, blindfolded me, and then restrained me to the bed and ran cold metal over my skin. This turned out to be a butter knife, but the lack of communication ahead of time made my body have a fear reaction that wasn't erotic. This scenario had been extrapolated from me asking for knife play. I wanted sensual and teasing, but I think he heard knife and thought attack. I have definitely learned that I need to paint a full picture
Of what
and
she
maybe
wants.
even show a video of what I want when asking for something outside of the normal script.
That sounds like a good plan.
That's a very good plan, Cassie. And I think Sneaky Freaks, if you're trying to explore, new kinks and stuff with your partner, that's a good idea. Come up with show a video of what the fuck you're looking for. That's a great idea.
Show a YouTube. They have it on it. Well, maybe they wouldn't have that on
Wouldn't
YouTube.
be on YouTube. Pornhub.
Pornhub, which they're trying to ban.
Are they trying to ban Pornhub?
Yeah, I heard that.
Who told you?
Marjorie Green.
That? Oh, yeah. All right.
Marjorie Green needs to get fucked.
Okay. It's a hot take.
Okay.
Hot take from my mother.
Yes.
2 more. How about this?
Okay.
Alan says, probably never a threesome again. Wife is not a fan of them.
Okay. You try it.
You tried it.
You try everything. And if you don't like it, you don't do it.
You return it.
You return it.
Yeah.
How do you return it?
I don't know. And Andrew says, I probably won't lick balls again. It's not that they tasted bad. It's that the texture was funky to me. Too wrinkly. I'll stick to being straight and blow some D on occasion.
Oh my God.
I do enjoy the main part, just no balls in my mouth. I'd definitely let Cam put it in my mouth, and if he needed to, I'd let him smash. I'm not attracted to dudes, but Cam is actually kind of cute, and he's funny. Wish we could meet. Smiley face.
Is that a hit on or a shit on?
That's definitely a hit on.
It's a shit on to me.
It is because he's hitting on me?
You say no, because
He could be hitting on you?
no, because you always get angry when people talk about being attracted to me.
There's a difference here.
What?
When someone is attracted to me, you feel like you're proud of the situation usually.
Why?
When someone's attracted to you, I'm not proud of that situation.
Why?
Because what are they doing hitting on you in front of me?
Well, I'm saying the same back to you.
No, but you're trying to encourage me to have more sex. I'm not necessarily encouraging you to have more sex.
All right.
I'm going to take this as a hit on, despite probably having very wrinkly balls. I don't know. My balls have never been described as wrinkly.
Oh, so maybe there's a good opportunity.
A toitness?
You what?
A toitness?
A toitness.
A toitness.
I
My
don't know.
context is completely...
Oh my God. Here we go again.
All right. Well, thank you all for submitting your Sneaky Freak responses to that Sneaky Freak question of the week.
We have a bunch that we didn't read, and hopefully we'll be putting them on Patreon. I always tell you I'm putting it on Patreon.
It's a false advertising.
I try to,
so
and then
sad.
something happens and my arm hurts, and I don't have time
I know
to
what
do
happens.
it.
You open the phone and you go to TikTok is what happens.
It 100% what happens. What is going on here?
If
Everything
you
is-
want to participate in the Sneaky Freak question of the week, give us a text at 310-356.
3920. So Cam, while I've been convalescing, getting my stitches out of my arm, which you don't seem to give a shit about.
What do you mean I don't give a shit about? I was looking at your arm, complimenting you, saying you're using it well. What do you mean I don't give a shit?
Okay, I just thought you'd mention it to the Sneaky Freaks that I have my cast is off my arm and I have stitches.
No, I was not planning to mention that.
Well, how is your life going?
My life is going quite well. I had a new experience this week.
Sexual?
No, not sexual, but it did involve my anal orifice. This is where the finger play comes into play.
Oh boy!
As you guys know, I've been having some issues with my my little culo, my little
Your asshole.
my asshole. It's been feeling like there's a knife in it for a while.
That's not a good feeling.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to finally make an appointment with a doctor. Okay.
Mazel tov.
I went to the GI doc.
Yeah. How'd
Now,
that go?
let me just tell you, before I even get there, I had some anxiety that somehow there's going to be some shit down there, especially if he has to put a finger up there or
What
something.
do you give a shit? No pun
Going to
intended.
be shit coming out everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they deal with this all the time. My boyfriend said when he was in the emergency room that apparently he shit on the. No, it was after he had a colonoscopy. He
Shit.
sharted and shit came out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
then-
Well, in
So
this
they
situation,
deal with this all the time.
I decided before I had just showered earlier that day, but I was like, you know what? This is midday. It's after lunch. I'm going to shower again before I go right at the last
All
minute.
right, you
I
like to be clean.
I almost was late to this appointment because I was showering, trying to get in there.
You don't think that this guy is dealing with assholes like you all day long? No.
Totally. But I was very nervous. And then I got there. I saw the nurse She asked me what I'm there for because it's a GI doc. I could have been there for IBS. I could have been there for
Oh, a million
stomach
different
problems.
things.
Instead, I'm there. I said, I got to have an anal issue.
An anal issue.
Yes. And then she goes, okay, well, in the case that he has to do an inspection down there, we're going to have a chaperone come in.
A chaperone?
And I said,
Why?
Chaperone? Because I'm sure that some doctors have been fucking taking advantage of the anal inspections.
Oh, so this is to prevent legal battles later on.
That's exactly right. But truly, in this situation,
so did that get you upset or fearful?
In this situation, I wanted fewer people in the room, to be honest.
You wanted fewer people in the room.
Yeah, I didn't need more people in the room. I need fewer people looking at my shitty asshole.
Don't worry, you had to get up on a table and open your cheeks?
I got on the table. They said, you can take your clothes off or just waist down, I was Donald Ducking it.
Donald Duck?
They put down a little piece of paper for me to sit on, and then they give me a piece of paper to put over my dick. That's all I had over me. Because it's not like they don't have the whole gown that you can wear on top. It's just your fucking piece of paper over your dick.
Well, how do you keep a piece of paper over your dick with one hand, and what are you balancing yourself with the other hand?
I mean, it's like a big paper towel.
I still don't know. Where are your hands?
Holding that paper down.
Oh, so you're not on your knees. You're just.
I'm lying on that little butcher paper on that thing.
With your ass in the air?
No, and I'm leaning to one side.
Oh, leaning to one side.
Yep.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, boom, boom, boom.
What?
4 different things are inserted into my asshole.
Oh my God.
Not at the same time.
Like, what are you talking
Separately.
about?
First his finger. First he touched it and I squeaked. Basically,
you squeaked?
I squeaked and almost fell off the table. He didn't even put any lube on there. Then he put.
So he touched your asshole for what purpose?
See if it was tender. It was.
You almost fell off the table?
Yes. Then
I could just visualize this.
Then he put some lube on it.
Wait, so the chaperone, what does she look like?
She's like a young woman. I didn't need her looking at my asshole getting
Were you
pillaged by this guy.
attracted to this chaperone?
Not exactly.
Were you attracted to the doctor?
At this point, there's no attraction. I'm not in a state of seduction or arousal. I'm in a state of extreme fight or flight.
Okay, so
someone is literally putting something in my asshole.
Okay.
I think the woman was kind of judging me because she could see how uncomfortable I was, and she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You expect women to go through this all the time?" And I'm clearly just a baby about this. Anyway,
wait, what do women have to do with this?
Yeah, guys are fucking suggesting anal all the time, all sorts of shit.
Oh, I thought you meant to.
This is what's going through my mind, at least.
Okay, you're
having a whole internal dialogue over this.
Okay, so you're trying to be like politically correct while you're getting an anal probe.
No, it's just what's going through my mind. Anyway, he lubes it up in just I think it was the first time anyone has ever put their finger fully in my asshole.
Oh my God! Which finger?
Fully in there. I almost passed out.
Which finger is this?
I was not looking.
Wait, do you know when your father had some problems with his balls? He went over to my parents' house, and my dad, being a doctor, told him to pull down his pants. Yeah, and right then and there, stuck his finger right in your dad's ass.
No way.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
I never knew that.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Well, that's his job.
Did you laugh? Did you guys laugh?
I, of course, laughed.
How far into the relationship was this?
We were married for 10 years.
Yeah. That seems like not something that happens in the first year of marriage.
No.
That's down the line.
You've
gotten to know each other. You can stick each other's things up your ass.
I just think the doctors are very comfortable sticking fingers in the ass for even prostate prostate inspections. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a new experience for me. And I just kept saying that's a new discomfort.
You felt it was uncomfortable.
Extremely uncomfortable.
Like painful?
It felt.
Was he wearing a glove?
Yeah, he was wearing a glove.
You didn't mention that he's wearing gloves.
What do you think? He's going in there with a fucking just raw dog finger?
You said finger before.
Yeah, it's a finger in a glove.
I didn't know that there was a glove. You never mentioned glove.
No, okay. Of course.
All right.
It didn't even need to be said.
I mean, I didn't.
Did Papa have a glove on when he was going into Dad's ass?
I don't know.
I'm sure he did.
I don't remember that.
Papa would wear gloves all the time, even when he was shaking hands with people.
Yeah, it's true. You're right. You're right.
So yeah, then 4 other objects. It kept getting bigger and bigger. The fucking by the
Wait,
end,
so
I'm
he
putting
sticks the
a
finger
whole
in there with the
camera light
glove.
system going in my ass.
He put a camera and light. What do you mean a camera?
Yeah, I guess there's a little camera, some shit that he was putting in there.
You put a camera in your asshole? That's impossible.
Nah, he put something in there.
He didn't put a camera in your ass.
He was looking inside, so obviously he had something to see in there.
It's a probe.
A probe with some screen at the end.
It's a high-tech instrument.
It was I don't know. I really couldn't see anything. I just felt things going in my asshole. It was an intense experience. Anyway.
Does that mean you're trying to tell me that you would like to experience the gay lifestyle?
I think I've never felt more unattracted to that lifestyle at this point.
You're done.
I really am. I cannot. That was not I mean, I'm sure it's a very different experience when people are aroused and they're in the moment for this.
Right.
And that was not for me. Anyway, it turns out no hemorrhoids, no.
After all that.
No fissures. The suggestion was stop using soap on my asshole.
Well, you had just showered yourself twice, sticking soap up your asshole.
It dries it out. Do you soap your actual asshole?
Probably.
I mean, probably.
I never really thought about it.
You don't think about it?
I mean, yeah,
You don't know if you're putting a bar of soap in there.
I'm
or
not
something?
sticking a bar of soap in there. I'm just saying if I've got like one of those.
I stick a bar of soap in there.
No, that's why you have problems. You stuck a bar of soap in your ass. What is wrong with you? Why are you doing that? I stuck a bar of soap in my ass. What are you, crazy?
I need to clean it.
You don't need to stick a bar.
Shit is coming out of there all day long. I'm not going to clean it.
And what did he tell you?
I talked to a friend yesterday. I tell him this story. He goes, "Oh yeah, I just let the water run down there." That is not cleaning it.
Well, apparently you're supposed to do that, and that's why you got yourself in a pickle.
Well, so now I'm just using water, I guess, and baby wipes.
Do you feel dirty?
I use a lot of baby wipes.
Oh my God!
You can't throw no toilet paper.
You can't throw the baby wipes down the toilet.
I know. I called you the other day saying, "Am I fucking this whole
plumbing system up?"
I accidentally threw two of the baby wipes down the toilet.
Well, Deez does not like baby wipes, and meanwhile he clogs the toilet up with toilet paper.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. You can't clog
He's
it.
like a perfectionist down there. He keeps wiping until there's no remnants.
I'm surprised he doesn't have this shit.
He probably does. I don't even know.
So then the doctor also said, it's very unlikely, but it could potentially be pinworms.
Oh my God! Potentially be worms.
Potentially
what,
worms.
What kind of worms?
Pinworms.
No, I mean like what?
They're
are
worms that come out in the middle of the night.
Remember that friend of ours that talked about it having a white worm come out of her ass after a year?
Yep. Pinworms. These are nightly worms that come out in the middle of the night.
Nightly worms?
They feed at the anus.
They're feeding in your anus?
Horrible, horrible, horrible. I can't stand thinking about it, but I had to go and find. He said you can get this at like a pharmacy. We see.
What did you get?
Over-the-counter medication.
A worm catcher? What did you get?
So I went to Whole Foods. I was going shopping, and then I realized I need the pinworm medication. So I went over there, like, they have a whole health section.
They're not going to have pinworm medication.
I didn't think about that at the time. I asked some representative if he had pinworm remedies.
No, well, we have cantaloupes and bananas. What are you asking?
I said, do you have any medicine for pinworms? And he said, I'm not sure. Let me ask the front desk to make an announcement. To call people over here. I said, no, do not announce that I'm looking for pinworm cream in the fucking.
How funny would that be?
I could not handle that. And
question about pinworms on aisle 5.
With a bleeding asshole looking to remove the worms from his ass.
Wait, your asshole's bleeding?
No, it's not bleeding.
Why did you say that?
It's extremely itchy. I'm embellishing, mother.
Oh,
it's hyperbole. All right, I have a couple other things that I wanted to share, but you know what? Let's move on to your life since we've talked enough about mine.
Well, my life also revolves around the medical profession.
Oh, that's a surprise.
First of all, I go to my endocrinologist, who's less than friendly.
Okay.
She's unfriendly.
Yeah.
She's basically a bitch.
Okay, Mom. She might be listening.
Well, she acted bitchy to me and told me that all my problems were not about my thyroid, but they were that anxiety. Now, nothing I like better than to be diminished.
It's not nice. Not fun.
But she did prescribe.
She pathologized you.
She pathologized me.
Yeah.
Granted, it's always a possibility.
Very likely.
Very likely. Very likely that I do not have anything wrong with my thyroid, but it's basically mental illness.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I'm mentally ill. That's what
Okay.
she wanted to say. She recommended some weird therapy.
What?
Eye movement therapy of some sort.
I'm fully on board with this therapy. I would like to receive this therapy, actually. I've heard about it before.
Something when you move your eyes up and down. She
That's
said it's a
right.
cure.
I think it's
This is
great.
what makes me think that she does not take me seriously.
No, that's a good...
But she gave me good medication, and I had 2 really great days.
Okay, that's
and then
great.
it was like that movie, The Adaptation, or what was the movie
I
that
don't know. You always talk about this fucking movie, though.
when Robin Williams is there with the patients, they all come to life. They all have mental. They're all like, it's Alzheimer's disease. They come to life for one day, and then they're back into back to where they were the next day. I think that's what happened. I had a couple good days. Boom.
The lights were on. Lights were off.
Lights went up. Anyway, and I went and got my stitches out of my arm. And in the middle of getting the stitches out, I said, let's have a little video because I won't remember all the instructions. So your sister started videotaping him telling me the instructions of what I'm supposed to do because, of course, I'm not paying attention whatsoever. I basically told him I do a podcast called Sex Talk with my mom. So
You told him that?
Yes.
While you're getting the stitches removed?
Yes.
Why?
I told you, this is what I do. I divert attention to any possible problems by just talking my ass off about what I do, and hopefully
You're distracting them from doing their job is what's going on.
No, it was fine. He did his job. Told me he doesn't listen to podcasts that much, but his wife does. So hopefully he's listening.
Okay.
Did a very good job.
That's very good.
Now I just look like Frankenstein.
Very nice.
And that's about it for me with the doctor news, mom's news, doctor news. All good. Same thing.
Is it time for hit on or shit on?
Yes, it is a hit on or shit on time.
Hit on or shit on is the segment of the show where my mother and I look at your comments and questions and determine if they are a hit on or a shit on.
And I came up with one.
What's that?
Even though, just so you know, we have tons of comments on TikTok and
You
Instagram.
selected one.
I selected one
We're
because
keeping it concise today.
I'm keeping it concise because honestly, this could go either way.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for it?
Let's hear it.
Just because the wrapper is crinkly doesn't mean the candy ain't sweet. Okay.
What was this in reference to?
This was in reference to one of the videos that I talked about sex as an older woman or something like that.
So this person said just because the wrapper is crinkly doesn't mean the candy ain't sweet.
Right.
That's definitely a hit on.
I also think it's a shit on.
Because he's calling you a wrinkly wrapper?
Yes.
A crinkly wrapper.
I didn't know if he was talking about my vagina or what part of the labia.
He's calling you crinkly.
He called me crinkly. That's not a hit on. What do you think that's a hit on?
He said that you have a sweet candy in there.
Sweet candy. He can stick it up his ass. So, wrinkly. Wait. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, that is a confusing one.
Is it a shit on or it's a literal hit on or shit on?
It's a hit on and a shit on.
At the same time, he managed to do both.
That's a double. But,
Double.
it's hard to find. A true double.
I told you, I found it.
That's a daily double. You nailed that one.
I couldn't add any more on after that. It
I
was
like
perfect.
that. That's great. Yeah, I don't think you should add more. That's hit on or shit on.
That's hit on or shit on. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, can we move on to mom's news now?
Yes.
Mom's news. Mom's news. Mom's news. Mom's news is the segment of the show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info. What do we got this week?
Well, it started out with me finding an article. I believe it was in The Sun, my favorite publication. It said it was in the crime area of the publication saying, Florida man tied up wife's lover, cut off his penis, and ran off with it.
No.
Yep. Authorities say a Florida man held his wife's lover at gunpoint and cut off the man's penis before fleeing with the flailing appendage.
Holy shit.
They released a statement.
That is nuts.
That he broke into his neighbor's home, tied the neighbor up, and mutilated his genitals with scissors.
Oh my God.
Deputies say the victim told authorities that Bonilla then took the severed penis and fled across the street to his own house.
It's fucking sad and terrifying.
Right. But
such an extreme response.
I thought it was such a rare thing when I saw it, and then I decided to Google to see if there's anything else like it. Oh my God!
No way!
You cannot believe how many people have severed their dicks. And
here's
a good one: sleeping man cuts off penis while dreaming he was slaughtering a goat.
Oh,
A farmer in Ghana is suffering critical injuries after he cut off his own penis,
Okay.
having a dream about slaughtering a goat.
okay. That is a completely different experience. You're surprised by how many people got the dicks chopped?
Just in general, yes, because this
Th-
man.
not
Here's
related-
another one from the Daily Mail. Man 39 cut off his penis and threw it out the car window.
Imagine you're driving and
Gilbert.
a penis hits your windshield.
Tyson Gilbert, 39, from Cookeville County, Tennessee, led police officers on a wild chase through 2 counties in Tennessee. I don't know why. Can you imagine
He's
if you get
getting
the
chased,
APB about that?
and then he gets. Wait, hold on. So, did he cut off his penis while on the run?
I don't know. He must have been in the car because he threw it out the car window.
Yeah, he was fleeing officers.
Yeah.
He must have been out of his mind. He's fleeing officers and cutting his dick off.
Then we got another one here on the New York Post. Women allegedly cut off man's penis after a fight about sex. Because this was like my day. Lorena Bobbitt did this.
Yeah.
And they were able to reattach it. Is this like the woman allegedly cut off her boyfriend's penis after he threatened to leak their sex tapes because she refused to sleep with him?
Wow. Wow.
I mean, wow. And there's more.
This is literally a nightmare.
I couldn't believe it.
This is a new thing that I might have to add to my list of discussions.
Oh no!
Do you have any STI? When was the last time we talked about? When was the last time you got checked for STIs? What would you do in case of pregnancy? And do you plan to cut off my penis at any point in our relationship? These are important questions of mine.
And what if she said yes to 3?
To all 3 of those?
No, the third one.
The third one, I think I would say we might have to end things.
I mean, who's gonna like willy-nilly throw that out there? There's a couple more here.
It's an extreme response.
A Florida man used scissors to cut off the penis of a man he's suspected of sleeping with his wife.
Ma'am, you read that one to begin with.
Oh, okay. This is
Unless it was another Florida man.
I think it's a different Florida man. This one cut off the penis of another man he caught having sex with his wife earlier this year. There's quite a few of these. I mean, the list goes on and on.
The question is, how do they get someone like?
Can you imagine? By the way, the first one from Ghana who dreamt he for some reason that he was slaughtering a goat, which is why I don't believe in goat slaughtering.
Because you might chop off your penis in the night.
By accident, he chops off his own dick.
Oh my fucking God!
Waking up in the morning, going, "What did I do?"
That is wild.
The goat is running around the fields, and I have no dick. This is a terrible situation.
That is a terrible situation. Is that all you got for mom's news?
Mom's news.
The mom's news is that people around the world are chopping off their dicks
all over
in a surprising rate.
But not only their own dicks, they're chopping
their partners' dicks,
boyfriends' dicks.
Yeah, wild. Well, thank you for sharing that,
It's
Mother.
kind of scary now. And then in Lorena Bobbitt's case, they threw it out the window, but they were able to reattach it.
Thank you very much for sharing that.
Okay.
I had one question for you before I
oh no.
I jump into the best segment of the show, which is Cam's Uppers. Why do I look like a stick figure in this?
Cam, a lot of people are listening to the podcast and they can't see us, so they have to go to YouTube now to see you looking like a stick figure.
Okay. So I'm going to clown school in France this summer.
I'm aware.
And
as everyone knows,
I'm trying to organize my lodging. Okay. And I was supposed to I originally had planned to stay $500 a month for this room in a shared house.
Okay.
With the other clowns.
When
which sound pretty good.
When you say other clowns, you're not talking about the red-nosed clown. You're just talking about clowny people.
I think they do actually wear the red noses over there.
So you're going to walk around all day long with the red nose on?
Not all day long, but there might be some exercises where you would wear a red nose.
What happens if you have like some congestion in your nose?
I'm in a class right now that involves red nose very occasionally, and I will say after using the red nose, there's so much snot in this fucking thing. And sweat. Snot and sweat.
Oh.
It is horrible. I take it off and I'm like, I can't believe it's been pooling like this for so long.
What did you say when you walked in? You go,
allergies.
Allergies. You don't have the allergies. You've got a red nose syndrome.
I started thinking, I really hope that
you've never had allergies.
I hope that the teacher cleans these noses.
There's no way they clean the noses. They're filthy people.
But they're filthy people.
You know they're filthy clowns. Clowns don't strike me as being particularly fastidious in their clean.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Maybe mimes are clean, but
you think mimes are clean, clowns are dirty?
I think so. If you had to choose between a mime and a clown, who do you think's the cleaner one? I'm going with mime all the way.
Yeah, mime is very clean cut, actually. Very, very, very clean.
Because they have to put that white paint on exactly perfectly, and they can't be smelling. And
yeah, when I was in physical theater school, I excelled at mime because I'm very fastidious and anal. And
well, we're aware about the anal part.
I wasn't that great at clown because I'm not as messy. I really wanted to get messier.
You want to get messier.
Yeah. And now
when you were a little kid,
yeah,
in art class,
oh God,
you refused to do the paper mache. You did not like the feel of the paper mache on your fingers, and you refused to do it. You would
But then it changed, and I got really into paper mache.
Well, there was a good period of your life that you did not like messing with your hands.
Why do they spell paper mache like papier mache?
I have never thought about it, but you're right.
Yeah, it should be paper.
It's very interesting.
Anyway, here's the question:
What?
The clown house in France, $500 a month. I'm not allowed to have guests over at.
In France, Paris?
I can't fuck anyone.
They're very free and open over there.
Not there. Not in the clown house. No guests.
Don't go.
Don't go
no.
to the whole experience?
No, first of all, don't go.
Okay, so then I start.
No, go to the clown experience because I know you like those kind of things. I roll. But certainly the $500 a month to have first of all, they have a bunch of these clowns living with you filthy. and then not to be able to bring a girl back.
Here's the question. How much extra do you pay for the private Airbnb?
A lot.
So you can fuck on the very rare occasion that
you want that one time that you're.
Yeah. So how much do you pay for that experience?
Oh, $1,000.
You
double it.
So double. So you go to $1,500.
Yeah.
It's $1,500 out the door. You get maybe the potential of having a sexual encounter, and no clowns around. $1,500.
Yep.
That's the max you'd go.
Well, the other thing you could do is just get a French prostitute, guarantee the sex, and then stay at the. Yeah, that'd probably cost you $200 to get a French prostitute.
Joseph, you want to weigh in? How much extra would you pay?
Yeah, I won't pay that much.
Just double.
Double.
I'm going.
But you would double it though. You would not stay in a clown house with a bunch of guys with. You know they're not cleaning those red noses out. It's not your thing. It's not. He's dead serious. It's not my thing. So you wouldn't go to clown school at all. No. So do you have anything to say about Cam going to clown school?
Okay. Yeah. Do you? Go for it.
Go for it, brother. He's very open-minded, but it's just not for him.
Everyone's very supportive of me going, not really supportive of themselves going.
Who the hell would want to go to a residence where everyone's a clown and wearing the red nose? A lot of people are so fearful of that. And now that you told me about the snot and all that stuff that goes into these noses, it's disgusting. You're worried about your asshole. It's probably cleaner than your nose.
Okay.
Your asshole at this point is definitely cleaner than your nostrils.
Okay. All right, here's the deal.
This is like worse than when you were spitting water into each other's mouths.
Not really. No,
Yes.
That was bad.
Snot is
shared snot.
Snot. Oh my God.
Okay, so I will say I went up to 4 times. I'm going to $2,000 a month.
$2,000 a month. Why don't you just go? You could also go to her house.
What if she's staying at the clown house?
Well, then.
What if there's no women in the class? That's a possibility.
You're in France. You don't have to be with the clowns in the class.
That's
you can go
true.
to a coffee shop and meet women.
I didn't think about that there are other people outside of the clown house there.
There are a lot of people in Paris besides the clown
It's not
community.
in Paris. It's outside, right outside of Paris.
Oh, thank God. I never liked the Parisians.
Oh, Mom, we probably have Parisians listening.
Well, the ones I've encountered have been very anti-American.
Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to discuss. Now it's time for the most important segment of the show, which is... It's the part of the show that makes your chest tighten up a bit.
And your anal opening?
Your anal opening widens a little bit.
It widens.
In arousal.
And what about your red nose?
And your red nose gets a little shinier. It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers is the place to be. Fun living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds
Disgusting.
or
Horrifying. Snotty.
It's Cam's Uppers. Well, you actually, those descriptions might be correct this time because I wanted to share something that I'm discovering from taking the current clown class that I'm in.
What?
It involves, it's something new that I've never thought of. There are two archetypal clowns, the Joey and the Auguste.
What?
Yep.
Joey and Auguste.
Yes. You can think of this as like there's a leader and the follower. The Joey is the leader and the Auguste is the follower. Often it's like, Gaston, leader, and his sidekick, whoever the fuck that little guy was.
The little
from
Beauty and the Beast?
Yes. Or you can think of like Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy. They often take these.
There's a sidekick.
Well, there's one that's kind of like
Man of La Mancha type of guy.
Not really sometimes a sidekick, but it could be like just two people where one is usually the leader, kind of like me on this podcast.
What?
And, one of them is like kind of the follower who's kind of like along for the ride.
Me?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Yeah. That type of dynamic.
No, I don't. I take affront to that.
Well, this is what we're practicing in the clown class.
What?
How do you play in both of those realms? How do you play like the Joey constantly orders around the Auguste, okay? And the Auguste is like very vulnerable, naive, and eager to please.
Okay.
That is a role I know and can play.
Why is that?
The people pleasing bullshit because I've lived with you my whole life.
Again, it's me. I thought you were going to say something about being the younger brother to your sister.
Also the case. Yeah. The Auguste is like all heart, more innocent than stupid, which is I like a lot.
This is like Don Quixote.
And takes everything literally and is easily manipulated by the Joey who lives to delegate. Okay.
And you think you are Joey or you're Auguste?
No, honestly, it's extremely challenging for me to play the Joey in there. In yesterday, we had to play the Joey all day, and I almost had a nervous breakdown.
What kind of things did you have to do?
You go up in front of the fucking class and just share your name and stupid shit, and you feel like such a dope. And
you enjoy these classes,
but you're supposed to think of yourself. You're constantly the winner. You're winning. You got it right.
You and Joey, not you and Auguste.
No, and you're the Auguste. You're a disaster. You're going up there and you realize you have
You're
ruined everything. You're a nitwit. That I'm very familiar with. Well, we'll see. That's this week.
So you're paying for these classes.
Here's where I'm going to say that this is valuable. Not only does it apply to clown class, but it actually applies to the bedroom, to sex.
Oh,
I swear to God.
You can switch positions between dom and sub.
It is kind of like that, right? There is like a leader and a follower at times. And it is, I mean, for the purpose of clown, it's good if you can play both sides.
Why does it always come down to sex with you?
Because the show is fucking called Sex Talk with My Mom. What the fuck? What else are we going to talk about in here?
I'm just wondering why everything boils. It's your testosterone.
No, it's not with that type. No, it's not
raging.
It's not testosterone. I haven't done boxing in weeks because my fucking shoulder is fucked up.
Here we go.
So the question is, I want to encourage you to think about this.
Me?
Yeah,
you already told me. I don't even know if I'm the Joe. I don't even know if I'm Joey or Auguste. I'm nothing.
Here's what I've noticed. It depends on the setting.
Of course.
And who's around.
Who's a leader? Who's a follower?
Who are you? Like, even when you're on stage, who is watching? Because when I'm by myself or with a partner, much easier for me to play the Joey character. When I'm in front of an audience, I'm thinking to myself, oh, yeah. What if I show that I think I know what I'm doing over here and I actually don't? And they can make fun of me. I feel very vulnerable and it's not good. You understand?
No, but
my contact is so fucked.
I'm glad you're enjoying your class.
You don't see the parallel here with sex?
I see the parallel with sex. It's like dancing. One's
curious,
a leader, one's a follower.
Do you get insecure playing one of these roles or the other?
Neither.
You're good to play both.
Yes.
Yeah. I figured that as much. Anyway.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
I thought it was fun that maybe it'll encourage some of our listeners to think about it. If you think about it, give us a text at 310-356-3920. Let us know if you are more of the Joey or the Auguste in the bedroom.
Yes, we'd like to know that.
I would like to know that.
Inquiring sneaky freaks would like to know.
I'm the sneaky freak that is inquiring. All right. That brings us to the end of the show, Mom. Do you want to sing them out?
Well, first I'd like to tell them to join Patreon.
Very good point. I really fucked that up.
love it. When I hear people joining Patreon, I think to myself, people value what we do. We do this every week. We've been doing it for 7 years. If you listen,
We don't know why we do it.
we don't get paid a cent. Well,
We do know why we do it.
It's not true that we do get paid a little bit, but it's
We get
certainly-
paid by your love
we get paid by your patronage.
and sometimes your patronage.
So go to patreon.com, patreon.com/sex talk with my mom, and join us for our fun, frolicking, red nose.
We do have a monthly Zoom call. It's very fun.
Maybe you can wear your red nose for the Zoom call.
I don't have a personal red nose. That's why I have to borrow other people's.
Hold the phone. You have been using other people's red noses?
Yeah. Wait.
I thought you were using your own. Why
I
won't
don't
you
have
just
a red
buy your
nose.
own?
No, they're very special red noses. You have to be like gifted one.
Gifted one. I'll get you one from the dollar
you think
store.
I'm sick? You think I'm sick from a red nose?
You're not sick. You just got an allergy. Yes. You got someone else's. You think he sterilizes those? Even if
That's what I was thinking.
What is he going to sterilize? What is he going to put them in the dishwasher? How is he going to clean
I don't know.
those
They're
out?
wood.
They're wood red noses.
Yeah.
They're not those foamy red ball things that most
No.
clowns.
Why are you so disappointed, Mom?
You're so worried about STDs and everything. Meanwhile, who knows what that's probably what's wrong with your anus. You probably got some.
You already
weird
know when
worm.
it comes to a clown environment, and we're doing it to laugh, doing it for the laugh. I'll do anything it takes.
That is, you have a very strange. There's a dichotomy in your personality.
I completely agree. All right.
So yeah, if you guys can join us on patreon.com/sex talk with my mom, we would appreciate it. We have monthly Zoom meetings. And also, if you could share this podcast with a friend, that's our best advertising.
And we love when you guys leave us rating and reviews. So please do that if you're enjoying the show. If you're not enjoying the show, share it with a friend you don't like. And don't leave us a rating and review.
Whatever you do, not leave a rating and review that's under 5 stars.
We love you guys.
We do, you little sneaky freaks. And if you want those T-shirts, you just or any of the merch, we have hats, we got coffee mugs, everything with Sneaky Freaks on it. Go to sextalkwithmymom.com.
Thank you guys for supporting us. We really appreciate it.
You really do. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and chopping off your little peonies.
You're always doing peonies. And why is it always little peonies?
I don't know, because what are you going to put in from? Big peonies?
Maybe.
Meaty peonies? Girthy peonies?
Yeah.
I don't know what everyone's penis is. They just say little peonies.
All right. Love you guys.
Peonies, little toes.
Bye.
Bye.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.